be happy with the people you're working with. You have to be able to feel good about servicing a client. And especially when I'm cooking for someone in your home.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm cooking in your home and we don't get along, then it's not going to work
vibes.
at all. It's not going to work for me. It's not going to work for you.
It's not.
And when I cook, I just want to get back into the emotions piece. When I cook, cooking is very emotional. Food is very emotional. And if I'm not feeling good when I'm cooking, my food does not come out as good. There have been times where I'm in an extremely good place emotionally and mentally. My food is fire. And I remember I was doing a demo for a client, and I had so much on my mind. I did not do a good job. Thank God I got the sale, but I did not do a good job. It's food is very emotional. But to go back on what you were saying before, I don't work within a budget usually, or a tight budget. So I'm not the best guy. But I will tell you, if for throwing parties, you want to throw a party, you want to have a birthday night, you want to have a
birthday
dinner night.
That's like a good
the way to do that in a budgetary way. And this is when clients come to me and they start telling me, okay, I want this amount of meat, I want these many meat dishes and chicken dishes, and then I tell them what it's probably going to cost. They're like, whoa. Yeah. I say, okay, there's another way to do this. We load up the menu.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Side dishes and salad.
Right.
Salad. And there's so much to do.
Yeah. So and people get fill also because they get the Jewish Pesach program anxiety when they come to these things and, oh my God, I need food.
I got to eat everything. I got to eat everything.
And it's just like, bro, one at a time, just spell it out. You know?
So what I usually do with clients is I just have a ton of side dishes, and some of those side dishes have meat, but they don't have a ton of meat. So people go for the dishes. Because when you're by these events, you want meat and potatoes sometimes. Right? Meat and potatoes.
The millennials actually say salad toppings on the salad. It's all about the salad toppings.
Please play the
It's not about the salad.
So
say, which one, Avery?
There you go.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Because see, Avery, they only get activated when you say something.
Be grateful.
Yes.
I heard once from a girl. I was asking her. I asked them. I pull out a survey after I go on these dates because I've been going out a little bit more recently.
A survey after a date?
No, not a whole hour.
Is this after the first date or second date?
If they say no, I'll message them. I'll message them and I will say,
is this after no or yes?
Know. I want to. This is after the no.
After a no, you pull out a survey and
I'll pull out a survey. Yeah, I'll send them. I'll just say, hey, I'm just curious. Look, we didn't work out. It's okay.
Very impressive, actually.
What do you what would you say? What can I make myself?
You should see before the date. He has a little captcha. They get
flattered.
They have a captcha. They look at the numbers. Can you see this bus?
I am not a robot.
Right.
I am not a robot. Actually, most of them are robots. That's the truth. Anyway, okay, that button over there. No, because we're gonna have to move on to the next topic. But basically,
Avery the button.
I do that.
I don't want
I'm telling you right now, because Avery knows I restarted my shidduch journey. I spent 15 months in the shidduch underworld.
Yeah.
The underworld.
What's the shidduch underworld?
Looks like a 1957 jalopy.
A jalopy, right? No, it's basically think about it. Think about all those girls you might have gone out with. You used to go out with. Where did they end up? The ex-Beis Yaakov girls and the ex-Yeshiva Buchers go. There's an underworld out there. Yeah. I think I saw you at a party.
It's not an underworld. It's
that's what I reference it.
It's a completely different world now.
No shidduchim. No shadchan. There's no shadchan.
There's no shadchan.
It's not shidduchim, but I'll call it the shidduch.
People are open to suggestions, but it's more like, listen, we're both adults. Let's get each other's phone numbers. Let's set up the date. Let's meet each other.
But I don't know.
It doesn't work out.
Mendy,
I was on a date with a girl. And halfway through the date, it was the second date, I realized this girl's just not for me. We were having a nice time talking to each other. It was she was a nice person to get to know. And I said halfway through, I basically said, listen, I'm just being real. I'm not looking to waste your time. So if you want to go home, I'm happy to go home. But we were planning on going and getting drinks after we got food. And I said, do you still want to go get drinks? Still just schmooze and finish up the date? She's like, sure, let's go drinks. We ended up schmoozing, and similar to what you're talking about, I ended up asking her a couple questions that I would not have asked on a second date. Now, things I was curious about, or things that I was curious that she reacted to, things that I had shared with her.
Called being vulnerable and opening up, which is not what people do in the shidduch world, or not what we are accustomed to doing or how dating.
I've been starting to tell at singles events, I'll tell a girl if it's calls for it, if her repertoire is there, or if my persona's feeling it, I'll say you're very attractive. What are you doing here? You should be married.
You got the pickup lines, huh?
Yeah, and
she's like, I am married.
I am. And they go, oh no. But it kind of opens up this window, because I feel like, when you're from Orthodox Jew, and whether you're from or just modern, you're kind of you're really trying to respect the women. You're trying to respect them.
Should.
Well,
No, no,
you're,
we're not.
you are respecting them, but you're trying, like in the frumkeit world, where like you don't touch them, you kind of keep a distance, you're very modest, and like what's on TV is different. You got to be cool. You got to be like, yo, what's good?
So it's trying to find some sort of happy medium.
Trying to find the medium. Yeah, trying to find the middle ground.
I would say first of all, I'm not the pro in Shidduchim. I spent a very short time in the Shidduch world.
Ooh,
5 years later,
you're with us. You're with Holy Brothers right here.
you guys are divorced.
No, we're soon from each other. No, I'm kidding. You know, we did
Living that life with someone else.
You
and
just
it's
like become a mess. Is what you're saying?
I
Mentally, you
would-
just veg out.
I mean, I know my mood based on if my laundry is folded and my bed's made.
Oh, okay.
It's been a while.
Here's the thing, by the way. Here's I think I kind of like really got more familiar with, you know, in the Shidduch underworld, was like the levels of keeping kosher. I didn't realize there's a level thing. Like in the past, Shadchanim have actually reached out and said, you know, so tell me about your from Kai. I say like, oh, I learned in yeshiva. Not now. I don't do this now, but I learned in yeshiva, and like I'm thinking of like the most chumrah stuff, the most chumrah dick stuff. And literally, I kind of like always forgot to be like, yeah, like I'm SS, SK, SS. I don't know, whatever the S's are. Shomer. And
Tell him your first kiss.
I realized, like,
was
tell
with
him
a
my
mez-
curse.
Your first kiss was with a mezuzah.
Nobody talks, nobody talks, nobody talks Shidduchim.
This is the Nobody Talks Shidduchim podcast.